How about we can each give you 2 minutes? And the question is, how do you plan to improve the infrastructure and roads? And how do you plan to pay for it? We'll start with Michelle. She's first up.
Okay, as far as paying for improvements of the roads, I know that because I'm a newcomer and I'm not fully aware of all the budget constraints, I do think that there is room for improvement in our budget. I believe if anyone was at the meeting or the discussion Monday night, Maggie Smith kind of elaborated on this and said that the budget was $2.1 million, I believe. There are things, I don't know exactly how much is budgeted per department, but I do know that the best way to find out how to pay for something is to find out what you're paying for. And that begins with looking at the budget and seeing where the money's going, where we can cut the waste. And when we can cut some waste, we can take, even if it's minor amounts of money, we need to start working somewhere now. You can do something with little and grow it from there. That's basically what I think. Thank you.
I think, from my understanding, they've already had the city engineer do a survey of the roads, and they have prioritized those as far as need goes. There's 27 miles of road. It costs about $100,000 a mile, so it's $2.7 million. One bill in Poplarville, I believe, is equivalent to about $14,000 and some change. You would see a major millage increase if you undertook all of that at one time. So I think, in my opinion, is to try to work with our alderman and mayor, is to create a plan. And let's try to look at, just as you would in a business, let's lay it out, see the most critical areas, and determine how best to move forward and do this. I would also say that we've got to look and see if there's any grants available. You know, a lot of times those grants have a lot of things tied to them, so we have to be careful in what we do. But we need to be diligent. We need to try to stretch our dollars as much as we can. Understanding the other night from our aldermen that have been in there, there's not a lot of room in the budget, a lot of extra. So not knowing exactly what that budget is, it's hard for me to sit and say we're going to do this or this or that. So I would think we would just take a very business-like approach to it. Let's look what it's going to take to get where we want to be. We need to do it in a process that works. We can't pay without fixing the sewer and the water lines. So that's sort of what got us in this dilemma we're in now, is that the roads have caved due to some improper maybe construction techniques or whatever. But I think we need to look at what's got to be fixed under the ground. Let's get that fixed, much like Picayune did. They did a bond down there to pay for theirs. It was about I think an 8 or 9 mil increase, something like that. I believe in my calculations, if we try to do that here, it's almost 15, 16 mil increase. I know I got my tax bill here this year on this house. I'm not sure I want to pay that much more millage. So we've got to figure out how to do it. It's something that's necessary, and for us to continue to grow our city and to keep us viable from the economic standpoint, we've got to do it. We just got to determine how to prioritize it and make it work.
I can shed a little bit of light on how it used to be with infrastructure. When I was on the Board of Aldermen years back, we were faced with a lot of these different things. It seems like once you get caught up, you get things straight, something else happens. That's why it is really, really important that once you make a plan, you stay with it. And the critical thing is from term to term, if that money gets spent or something happens, then what you put aside is already back to square one. So making a plan, staying with it is going to be number one critical. I know when I was, over the water and sewer department, I inherited a lot of issues. There was no room for wiggle room, but if you look really closely, what I did find was that, some of the costs and some of the things that were in there were inaccurate. Like it was costing more to put in a tap than what we were charging. There were some simple things. There was a lot of water rates, there was a lot of uncollected bills. The only way you can do that, and you don't throw people through the wolves, is you sit there and you go through it piece by piece with a fine-tooth comb. Like Tony had said, you know, I mean, you really have to look at it piece by piece. You know, I think all of us are saying that. And if you have the ability to really look, and it's almost like you throw it on the table, you look at it, you say, you got all these pieces, we have to have these. So let's go ahead and put those there. Now, where do we have wiggle room? And I've spent some time looking at grants. Grants do sometimes sell your soul. So the bottom line is that anywhere that we can offset these expenditures right now need to be done to get things moving, because people aren't going to want to come here with everything broken. So we do have to act quickly and get the infrastructure right, our public image and everything right. And then I think economically it's going to kind of catch up. But it's a tight place, so we're going to have to be smart about it.
Thank you. If I'm not mistaken, there's two other candidates for Alderman. And come on out.
I'm good right here.
You good right there? Okay. Well, we'll let you talk from there.
Basically, I had a very honest move on this one. I looked at the same engineer plat that he did, and just for example, I'll use my own road. There's 800 feet of Maxwell Street, it's 20 foot wide. It costs roughly $27,000 to fix that street. That's one street, a dead-end street in the city of Poplarville. That's 5 houses on that street. People that live down there and travel it on a daily basis. Fact of the matter is, we don't know how we're going to pay for them. You can ask any candidate in here, they ain't got a blasted clue what they're going to do, including me. Until you lay out every problem that the infrastructure has, the budgets, the roads, the taxes, all of it, see what your options are, you're going nowhere fast. So standing here and pretending like we know the answers when they're all saying the same thing in different languages is pretty much not going to go so well tonight. It's just how I personally feel about it. I mean, y'all small people, y'all live here, you know what the roads are, you drive them every day. Like, come on, folks. Really? We're just going to sit here and fluff each other up a little bit more? I don't think so. I really think that this city needs somebody that's willing to make a change. Don't tell me the same things people have been telling me. Don't tell me the things that's been going on 15 years ago, 50 years ago. Tell me what you're going to do about it now. That's what I want to hear. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to give my best effort to everybody involved, and I'm going to look at the problems and I'm going to talk to people who know more about it than I do. That's the whole thing. I want answers, and I'll go outside the box to get them, and I've got no problems doing it. Thank you.
Thank you. And last but not least.
Along with what Ella said, I'm not familiar with everything that goes on, so I'm not going to speak on what I'm going to do until if the Lord bless me to get this position, I go in, I do my homework, then I can come back with a solution. Other than that, that's all I have to say on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, that said, we'll do a mayoral question. This one, looking for the right one. One's still on my line. We have another question that was basically repeated 3 times. A lot of people want to know about industry. So everyone talked about community. How do you plan to improve the city or community and expand industry? So start.
We have already been in contact with the supervisors. Mr. Byron will speak on it a little bit more lengthy. But we have a program set aside to start with the economic development team and put someone in that spot. Right now, the city of Poplarville, Picayune, and the county is working together. It was actually in the news today, I believe. I've seen it on a website or something. Michael Perry talking about, and what that's going to boil down to is just like other cities that they put a 1% or 2% tax on prepared food and hotels and stuff like that to pay for this. That will, everybody will contribute to that when they come to a restaurant or go lay their head in a hotel somewhere and keep the cities from having to come up with that money. If we don't invest in our communities, it's not going to come back to us. And so we've got to start. And if that start is a 1% tax fee, I'm for it. Can I ask you a question? Thank you.
2 minutes, whatever you need.
Well, we have, the Mississippi Development Authority given 3 counties from I-20 South, and they formed an ambassador program, and of course, there's people from PPU. I had to serve with the mayor because he was too busy, and we worked with the 5 supervisors, and we have looked at different areas, and we're sitting here competing against Wiggins. They got 2 cents on the dollar, prepared food motel. They get in $600,000 a year for economic development. You've got extra tax over in Bogalusa, and I mean, there's some way we got to pay for economic development. And if we get an economic development director to come in and work every day for Poplarville County, Poplarville, and PPU, then these people have a full-time job to go out, search out people, and lay a plan out. But we will have the county laid out, how much land we got, the infrastructure on the land, the water, the sewer, the power, and we work with several companies. Like we got some money from SMPDD to put the water line in for Love, for McDonald's, and then Herbie Fryson helped us get the money to repair the underpass down here. It was 100 years old, and replace it. That was another $175,000. But as a small community, it's hard for us to compete against someone that's got 600,000 over here. I don't know how many thousand in Bogalusa, and on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, they got its own food prepared and hotels. So I'm an opponent that it's going to take not $165,000 a year to promote the county in the 2 cities. It's going to take more. So I am for adding 1 cent or 2 cents on prepared foods and hotels. But we got a good school system, we got a good college system, we got a sale by 5 system. So when you come to Poplarville, from 0 to 2 years of college, you've got it here, and you've got great people that care, they want to help. We got Brothers Keeper. So when somebody comes in, they look at everything you've got. And this community has a lot of pride. And I want to thank the people for having it.
As much as I appreciate what both of these gentlemen had to say about doing what we can to raise money, and the key words that I heard were adding taxes. I am a fiscal conservative, and I don't believe that adding taxes of any kind to our citizens is the answer. We are one of the highest taxed areas in the state of Mississippi. Mr. Byron brought up the city of Wiggins and what they do with their 2% food and hotel tax. Well, you know, the city of Wiggins, their millage rate's only 19. And they are busting at the seams. Our millage rate is 53 or 54. That is well over twice the millage rate. Yet smaller, or not smaller, but other cities, neighboring cities, are growing exponentially with lower taxes. I think that we have to communicate with those cities and find out how are you doing this with a low tax base, with a low tax rate. And we can mimic those things to help grow our own city and lower your taxes. More taxes is just simply not the answer. It doesn't work for economic growth. You've got to give people, keep money in your pocket to spend in your local economy, and that's going to grow your economy, and then you're going to be able to improve infrastructures and things such as that to invite industry and businesses into our town to make us grow. Thank you.
There's another group in play here tonight that hasn't been introduced, and I want want to take a moment to acknowledge these hardworking people. And that is the Pearl River County Republican Executive Committee who put this event together tonight. So if all our executive committee members could stand up. Actually, I think Lamar stepped outside. Somebody wave him in. So we're here as your executive committee of the Republican Party to work to promote the party, work to promote fair elections and those kinds of things. We encourage everybody to get involved. I personally found it wasn't enough to just go vote on election day. So that's why I got involved. So we encourage all of y'all to get involved too if you'd be interested in finding out or learning more about the party or how to work with the party, work with us. We'd encourage you to contact any one of our executive committee members in this room, standing up back there. Tony Smith was standing up, he sat back down. But contact us, we'd love to work with you. So with that being said, I got another question that I would like to address. Actually, this one I want to spread out or give all our Alderman candidates a chance to speak a minute or two to answer this as well as our mayoral candidates. And we had multiple questions that related back to this, but it had to do with, do you have any plans to expand any city departments and or recruit from outside towns? Do you have any plans to expand any city departments and recruit from outside towns? And or recruit from outside towns?
Well, I'll take a person on that. No, I don't have a plan to expand or add anybody to the city of Poplarville. I think we're staffed pretty much to the max. I think we have well-capable people of continuing to work on our streets and our water lines. We just got to give them some better stuff to work with.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I don't disagree with Lynn on that. If we're going to start improving infrastructure and things such as that, I don't think we need to be growing departments right now. That's not a wise way to spend your money when you have bigger priorities to focus on. We've got more things to do than expand departments. And the departments of this city do a fine job with what they have to work with. I do believe we need to give them more to work with so they can get out here and make our streets better and improve our infrastructure. We have to provide the folks that we have with better training so that they can do a better job for you and that your tax dollars being spent wisely through that. So my answer to that is no. There's no need for expansion of what we have. We need to build with what we have to work with now.
Thank you, Mr. Green.
I don't think we need to add any more employees. We do have training. We send employees to training every year. And a lot of the training, say like street paving and stuff, none of the people we have, they're not qualified to do the street paving. They can do patching, etc., but to increase our payroll, there's money that needs to be spent elsewhere in street improvements and etc., because we don't need to keep adding people. We need to start doing more with the people we got.
Okay, well, we had a bunch of passes on that. I think we got some good answers there. So, with that, I'm going to go to the last question I have for the mayoral candidates. And it has to do with Pearl River County Hospital. So, how would you work to improve the Pearl River County Hospital, and how would you make use of revenue? The way I see it, I think it's a county question. It doesn't necessarily apply to the city population.
I've been a county supervisor. Years past, old districts 1, 2, and 3 in Pearl River County, those people were taxed to build Blue Star Building and to build a hospital in So the property of both properties is owned by the county. The county supervisors, they appoint someone to the hospital board. The city of Poplarville, basically, all we do is furnish and water, and they pay for it. But I mean, we have nothing to do, no way to improve other than advertise for them and help them any way we can. You know, if they have water problems, the street knows it, the street water, we do everything they can. The police, you know, checks it, but I mean, as far as any money, we, you know, we have no way of doing it other than helping them promote the hospital and nursing home.
We have put in those trailers down there that come to us and ask us for that. You know, we're willing to help them in any way.
I don't need to add to that. That's everything they said is factual.
All right. So that gets that up for her. Then we have one last question for our Alderman candidates. And this one came in, and it has to do with how are you going to help the arts involved? So with that, we have volunteers start with that.
Well, that's kind of funny that question has come up because I'm actually one of the founders of the Dixon Theater. I've been helping the arts in the community and encouraging people to get involved in the arts. We have performed plays down here at the Dixon Theater. We've held multiple events. We're actually getting geared up for the big Blueberry Jubilee Festival. We have our facility open every time they have the farmers market. We open it up for anyone to come in if they need to use the restroom, but we also use that opportunity to share with them what we have here. My parents were very gracious in investing in the property, and back in 2011, I believe we opened for the very first Blueberry Jubilee, and we hosted multiple activities there and plan on continuing to host activities. We're actually looking at starting a program for the youth. It would be actually a school of rock. We have a musician that we're working with and a few other workshops that we're working on that are going to really give opportunity for the youth to get involved in the arts. Thank you.
I've been involved with Papa and Dixon Theater since it started. I was a publicist for several years over there, and the important thing that I see right now and what I've seen is that we have had students and people come in there that didn't really know what they wanted to do, or were just looking for something different, and it's molded them into future actresses, future publicists, things that they would have never found. So anything, and I say this, anything that I can lend as far as like helping with publicity, throw some ideas towards graphic projects, that get students, maybe it's another intern. I had an intern that worked with me as a publicity assistant, and we had the greatest working relationship. This kid calls me all the time, and we talk about it, and he learned, and so I'm putting myself available for whoever needs questions. I worked 10 years in the entertainment industry as a professional stage manager, People's Choice Awards. There was a lot of things, and I had a lot of contacts. So I say right now, I'm fully behind the arts. I'm a resource. I'm happy to help anybody. I'm kind of a backbone here. These are like, I mean, Papa and the Dixon, they're amazing. So that's definitely, that's a great place to start with the arts, if anybody wants, you know, and contribute to that. That would help also. Thank you.
Simply what I would like to say is that is great to see what someone with a vision can do without government help. And they have taken something on their own. And all I can say is from a city standpoint is that we can just encourage them and support them in any ways we legally can. I have gone to several events there. I was shocked the first one. It is awesome. So I think we got something great in Poplarville. They don't have that going on in Picayune that I'm aware of. You go right here on Main Street and enjoy some music. I saw Hyperfly not long ago. I was taken away that, you know, 2 black girls in there singing country music. I'm like, wow, this is great. But involved. And if we do that, I think what we do here in Poplarville will continue to work.
I believe that the arts, as far as children are concerned, is something that should be fostered within our school system, and it should be open to all children and not just specific businesses in town. I think everybody has to play a part in their children learning to participate, museums, shows, whatever. We had the Brownstone at the college, that wasn't even mentioned at all. They can do up to a Broadway act show in that building, and it's right here available to our kids, to our families. And a lot of people go. I've been to numerous events there, and it is fantastic. So yes, the city is going to foster the arts as far as I'm concerned with the other children. I mean, but it needs to be open to anybody and everybody and not just select a few. That's all I got to say.
That concludes the questions that we have. So I encourage all y'all to, again, just meet and greet, get to know your candidates, and be prepared to vote. Spread the word, get your friends and family to